In this video, I'm going to show you how to use one of the more obscure shoemaking tools. It's this one here, and it's called the Speedy Stitcher. Now in the I Can Make Shoes studio, we call this the not so speedy stitcher because it actually takes quite a long time to use it. Its purpose is to stitch soles onto sneakers like I've done here so that they're really sturdy and aren't going to come off. This one you can see I am halfway through, so let me show you how I use it. Okay, so when we're using a Speedy Stitcher, it's sort of got this bobbin here which has this thick waxed cotton thread in it. And the most important thing to sort of be aware of is what's going on with the needle. So if you look up close, the needle actually has a groove down the side of it, which the thread goes into. Now that's really important because when we stick this into the shoe, it's going to create a loop which we need to pick up from the other side of the needle, not the ridge side. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna stick my needle in through one of the holes, and it's gone through the pilot hole that I made in the actual shoe. And when I pull it back on itself, just about halfway, it creates a loop on the other side of the needle, not the ridge side. And that's really important, that loop. Now for this very first stitch, we're gonna pull the loop, which is our loose bit of thread, all the way through to the inside of the shoe. And what we're going to do next is take that out, and then we're going to punch it through the next hole, and again we'll get that loop when we pull it back out about halfway. And then what we're going to do is take the end of our thread, and I'm going to thread that through the loop. Try and make sure you don't get these extra long bits of thread tangled. Pull that one back through, and then we're going to pull it really nice and tight. Okay, and that is our first stitch in place. Now I just want to show you something that's happened on this second stitch, which is where we get a loop on both sides of the needle. This can get really confusing, and it's so important that you thread through the right side. So all we want to do in that case is just make sure we're pulling the loop to the side that does not have the ridge in it. And then we'll continue to thread our threads through the loop, and again, pull it through really nice and tight. There are different types of Speedy stitches on the market, and lately I've been preferring to use one like this instead of one like this, which has a bobbin in it. As you can see, the bobbin thread tends to get really loose and can be really annoying when you run out. So if you are going to use one like this, you can simply leave the rest of the thread on the roll, and then make sure you've got enough to go around the shoe, roughly 2 times. So it's really important that you thread your thread on the ridged side, like so. Then you can see that the thread on the ridge side should be the side that's attached to the roll. At that point, you can start doing your stitches exactly how we did with the other Speedy Stitcher. So the ridge side of the needle should be facing away from you. And as we pull down, we should be looping our thread through the non-ridged side. And then we just continue like that all the way around the sole.